All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we're going to look at three tickers today. We'll look at DJT, we'll look at PHUN, and I'm going to cover DATS. I wanted to cover BNet, and that's an interesting one to look at as well, but DATS I think is actually related somehow to the Trump tickers, and I think it makes a little more sense here. So our big 1, 2, 3 here, I think a little bit of a disclaimer is important, okay? And I've been saying it across all my videos right now. Look, the Dow Jones is not doing well. Okay, the S&P 500 is not doing well. Okay, and obviously it was a nice candle today, but you see the downtrend, right? The Nasdaq is not doing well. Okay, so it's tough to find some good tickers in these market conditions. And hey, even if you find good tickers like you would in a good condition, the continuation, the follow through that I would normally expect oftentimes doesn't hit, and it becomes a little annoying in all honesty. But that is just something to keep in your back pocket. All right, but there's some interesting things going on across these three, and obviously all of them, I think the DATS one too, but I believe these are all Trump connected. And hey, the man is about to become inaugurated, I think I said that correctly, in about a week. I think the 20th is a week, right? So again, I'm not here to talk about your opinions about the guy. We're not here to talk about politics, this and that. We're here to take advantage of market situations and the technicals behind them. And knowing that he's about to come into office is something, all right? I think the rumor at the moment is him going into office is going to be good for the ticker, right? Is that the truth? I have no idea, but I think that's what brought the excitement. I mean, the volume, I'll talk about it shortly, but clearly a big volume day, all right? When you see DJT, you should be coming to look at PHUN, and hey, PHUN has an interesting setup. PHUN also dropped a nice double-digit candle right here, and PHUN has actually been a little bit better with the volume, relatively speaking, to that 50-day average line right there, right? But whenever I look at DJT, I know I got to look at PHUN right after. This one, I believe, does the infrastructure behind truth. Even if it doesn't, I'll tell you that, right? That might be a thing of the past. The two are connected, and it's definitely worth watching the eyes, all right? When I go to the last one, I'm going to come to the Discord, actually, because we were watching DATS here. All right, we're gonna go down here. You can see it. We actually started talking a bunch about it during the beginning of the month. But DATS is somehow a Trump stock. I actually really don't know. But yeah, we were watching it, and my goodness, you can see how happy people were basically a week after we were watching it, right? So if you didn't see the movement, it basically was break all and fly, right, with a good amount of volume. Interesting doji today, and really, relatively speaking, interesting given where we are on this big candle right there, right? So again, all three seem to be Trump related. The 20th is right around the corner. That at least gets some juices going. Oh, this thing is dropping after hours. Interesting to see that, actually. Nonetheless, I don't care too much about after hours, but yeah, I don't think I was expecting that. And I think that goes back to my earlier comment, right? A normal good setup, and I love this setup right here, isn't always as, there's no such thing as guaranteed, right? But it's a lot less guaranteed in tough market conditions, all right? So before we do go any further, though, and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily. We'll look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, oh, I'm so grateful for it, all right? So this was a big candle, and we've been talking about DJT. Let's see how far I can go. I mean, we've been talking about, whatever, it doesn't matter. We've been talking about DJT all of the month of December, okay? It looked like it wanted to escape all and it couldn't. It looked like it wanted to escape all, it couldn't. It looked like it wanted to and it couldn't. The entire time, it's using the 200 as support and never losing it, right? So big use of that 200 moving average. I'll be honest, I was really annoyed at how long it took to take off. Today finally did it, right? And I think it emphasizes a few things. Number one, it's really hard to escape multiple moving averages. You hear me say that all the time. An entire month of trying, even though we were trying on the better side of the hardest one, right? I think number two, it takes good volume to escape moving averages. All right, volume is king. Volume is queen for the ladies watching this thing, right? And when you can look, the average of 50 days is the C student in the last 50 days, right? I'm not asking you to be above average. I'm not asking you to be spectacularly at the top 5-10%. I'm just asking you to be at least average. If you can do even a little bit better than average, good things will happen, right? And that's what today was. To this line right here is average. We did a little bit better than average. Look at that. That was a much better than average candle and percent, right? So they go hand in hand together, all right? I mentioned it earlier, and I'm still seeing it actually. It is going down after hours. Look, I don't think that's such a drastic drop after hours, in all honesty, right? When you can go up a solid 20% plus, you either drop about 15% really quickly, or this, I don't want to call it insignificant, but yeah, it's about a 5% drop. And I don't think that's too alarming. It's just, I'll be honest, a little bit more surprising. But to me, I'm going to say it one more time, and I know I'm beating a dead horse right here, but it's hard for stocks to do well when the indices are bad. All right. And I flash through them quickly. I'll do it again. Dow Jones, I get it. It's a nice little green candle today. That's a tough downtrend right there. All right. S&P 500, I get it. That's a nice green candle right there. That's a tough downtrend right there, right? And then you can guess what I'm about to say with the NASDAQ, right? This could have been a worse candle for sure. But hey, the downtrend's starting to get a little rough right here, right? So with the indices not doing the best, it is tough for stocks to do well. I think what gives these ones a little bit of a shot is, again, the Donald Trump rumors, right? All of a sudden, the rumor is, hey, if the guy's about to be office, the guy's probably going to do some good things for things that are good for him. And hey, lo and behold, this stock has his first name on it, right? So there's some rumors brewing. And hey, I think a good full trading week is a nice amount of runway between now and when the news and the realities of his inauguration will be, right? So I'm seeing a positive MACD. I'm seeing the green over red, That's still a healthy 70, right? We're not at the 80. That's a little bit worrisome. So there's still room between 70 and 80. And again, what I really care about is volume tomorrow. Okay, it looks like during this big run right here, we were averaging somewhere around 50 million, 55 million shares. I think that's what we're going to be looking for tomorrow. Where's my calculator? Come on. Oh, it's not coming. Give me a second. There it is. If I'm looking for 55 million shares in a 7-hour trading day, we really want to be as close to 16 million shares by that second hour. Give me about 8 million the first one, 8 million the next one, give me about 16 million. Man, give me a little bit more than 16 million in those first 2 hours. And yeah, DJT could do some real nice things, all right? Looks like a lot of that drop after hours is clawing back too. Again, I'm gonna say it one last time. This is nice. We need one more confirmation candle, obviously, but this is nice, that's nice, that's nice, and that's nice. Any other condition, if this was a month ago, I would say, oh yeah, let's go, right? I still need to stress a little bit of caution even when the setup is as good as this thing looks, right? When we look at the weekly, I'm seeing a real nice weekly here, right? It's only been a single day and we're almost already at the full 50 week average line, right? So the volume is already there. We do have a positive MACD, green going up, still a healthy RSI, and again, a nice candle to start off the week, still early, right? But we're already over the biggest candle to the left. As long as we can hold 38.90, I think DJT looks really good actually, okay? And actually, roughly look at that. That's about 50% candle. I think if I was going to click, I would click a little closer to 38.60 is where I'm clicking. But yeah, I think between 38 90 and 38.60. I think that's kind of our sweet spot for DJT on the way down. On the way up, if this was going to continue, you see my golden line is right there. Maybe, oh look, that's roughly what's holding us right now. Maybe this 44.50 will be a little bit of a wall, but yeah, the next line I do see is 52 up there. All right, so DJT, look, we haven't even talked about the like Bitcoin exchange that they were talking about, right? It wasn't that long ago that there was the BKKT, right? It was this one, BKKT. Oops, sorry. Where's the pop? This pop right here. This November pop was a DJT rumor. All right, maybe this one's worth checking out. The chart doesn't look that good. Maybe keep that in your back pocket. But yeah, if this thing can get over 28, that one might be interesting, right? But hey, it wasn't that long ago. It was literally, what, 2 months ago, a little bit less, that there was rumors that DJT was going to acquire some sort of exchange and do their own Bitcoin stuff, right? So there's a crypto play to this. There's a Trump play to this, right? So as long as this thing's over that 38.90, 38.60 number I just said, I think it's going to be good. If we lose that number, I think it will fall back down to 35 something, right? Maybe even all the way down to 34 something, right? We've tried to escape these lines. This is one good candle, but you know I need confirmation. I'm going to need one more, all right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. The next one, look, I'm always a fan of the follow the leader stock. All right. I think there was a time when I was really, really angry at myself for missing the good one. Right. I think Soundhound is a good example. That thing went from 2 to 5, from 5 to 20 real quick. Right. And I used to get so sad that I missed it and I'd get upset at myself. Now I look for the stocks that are going to follow that one, right? So even if I missed it, hey, I know there's another one coming behind it. Fun is the one I look at with DJT. And hey, if you missed that 20% candle today, this fun ticker is setting up very, very similarly, right? This has been trying to escape all the moving averages. I would say DJT has been trying a lot longer, right? This thing was a little bit on the upper side of that try, but as you look at fun, it's been in that same little horizontal, and what went from trying to lose all the lines is now going to trying to break all the lines. And again, DJT being the leader, Fun being the follower of the leader, right? So this thing, again, it's a decent setup right here, right? We are over the biggest candle to the left. We are trying to get over all the moving averages, positive MACD, healthy RSI, and a nice little volume, right? Volume's been better. Volume's been trying to get closer and closer to that 50-day line, with today being that first one. Not quite the same with DJT. It was nowhere near it, nowhere near it, nowhere near it. All of a sudden, we were there and over, right? So funds have been improving. Fun is trying to follow the leader. And hey, again, I started the beginning with it. I know there was a time when Funware was supposed to be the developer for Truth Social, or it did some sort of back end, front end. I'm not a tech dude. I don't really know, right? But I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they've lost the contract. I don't even know if there's any sort of relationship at all. Believe me, I'm not here to care. I'm just here to know where this one goes, that one tends to go, and the setups are looking the same, right? So what am I looking for? Look, I'm looking for this thing to escape and fly. I'm looking for that green, 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 that and that red, red, red to become a green, 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 right? I could see this trying to go to 840. I could see this maybe trying to come next to about 760. I think that's a little bit more of a realistic number. I think it's worth mentioning 640, but I don't even think 640 is going to do anything. I think the first wall will probably be that 740, 750 number. And again, nothing but red, 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 and green, green, green below that right there, right? So there's a lot to like here. Positive, like lower indicators are there. When we look at the weekly, it really is all about that 50 moving average. 620 is where that thing is sitting at. Is that what this was at? 640. Okay. Maybe there's a little bit more emphasis on that 640 than I was giving it, especially if the weekly is saying 620 is an important number, right? That means I'm probably going to want to get over 640 to start to believe that we've broken that 620, right? So I probably didn't give that little candle as much respect as it deserved. I'm going to at least do it right now, 650-ish, give or take. But yeah, you get over that. And I think from there, I might even skip that 750 and go up the candle to 850. Just some thoughts right there. Hopefully you follow that. If not, let me know in the comments right there, right? So not too much more to talk about on this one, actually. Just again, follow the leader is not a bad strategy. In fact, I think it's a really easy way to make you forget about the ones that you missed. And hey, if you hit the leader and you don't want to stay in it too long because it's starting to get overplayed, a little too hot, whatever the word is, that's where you just move to the follower, and all of a sudden you turned your one victory into two or three, right? Soundhound, you had BBAI and Guard Force. It looks like DJT has fun, maybe a couple other Trump auxiliary plays as well, right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Let's come into DATS real quick. And look, I say it all the time. I'm not really here to push my stuff if you've been watching me before, but check out the Discord if you haven't already. It's completely free. There is a link on all the YouTube comments. And my goodness, we find some amazing things. And DATS actually was one of the most recent ones. So a lot of eyes in the beginning of the month. That actually started around the third. Actually, you can see at the end of December too. Real Donald Trump conversations, and that's actually really the main reason why I'm putting it. Truth be told, I have absolutely no idea how DATS is connected to Trump. If you do know, that'd be awesome. Let me know, please. But my goodness, right? There's a lot of technical things happening, the two easy ones. And really, the theme of this video is you break all and you fly, especially with some big volume behind it, and really silly things will happen, right? So I'm not here pretending that the Discord always finds these big candles. That's not the game. I'm actually always here kind of stressing the importance of hitting doubles and triples, not home runs. You know what I mean? But every now and then, if you're looking for the right things, better than you expect things can happen, right? So interesting technical things happening, all right? So big candle, big volume. All of a sudden, we go from 200 million shares all the way. Oh, my kitty's at the door. Hold on. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, I can see something outside. Oh, she wants to scratch her nails. So we go from 200 million shares all the way down to, look in the box over there, 10 million. We lost about 95% of the volume, right? Horrible. That is what a pump and dump looks like down here. That's what a pump and dump looks like up here, okay? It was a very interesting follow through. In a lot of ways, you can give credit to that 8 moving average, right? The 8 moving average, this green line right there, is what caught the dump and was the support that allowed this thing to recover and go. And again, when the 8 moving average support bounce is followed by some nice volume too, all of a sudden you're going to get a significant percent. Look at that. This was a 50% day right here, right? So an interesting play of technicals and volume, again, really showing itself, okay? Today was a questionable day, and today is why we see the doji, okay? This is what I would call a pump and dump volume, all right? We go from all the way up here at 158 million shares on Friday to all the way down here, right? We basically gave away, what, 80% of the volume, if I'm doing the math in my head right. Every 10% is 15. We're basically at 30 right there, right? So we lost more than 80% of Friday's volume, but we're actually positive. That's not a normal thing in my eyes. But this was a really important Friday candle. If I was gonna click 50% of this candle, I would probably click somewhere around there. It looks like it's about for roughly, maybe even if you want to click right exactly, like this was a decent candle on Friday, and it looks like it roughly took about 50% of the biggest candle to the left. If you can take the first half, I'm going to start to believe you're going to start fighting for and taking the next half, right? So there's an interesting climb happening. I think today was a very, I don't even think, I mean, I know, right? In a 7 hour trading day, we only moved 12 cents, right? There were people that thought it was going to fly and it should go more than $1 up. There were people that thought this thing should lose more than 10% and go below 5. End of the day, we're like, you know what, let's just wait for tomorrow to say the truth. And that's what I'm looking for. I think tomorrow is either going to bring us right back down to 418, 420, give or take, or we're going to make a legitimate attempt at maybe 7 something. Okay. If that's, because I'm just zooming out right now, right? I don't really have, if we can actually get over that line right there, I mean, the next place this thing's going to go is about 13, right? You can see the red, 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 and nothing, nothing, nothing from that peak right there. You might even be able to argue that that's the line. Maybe it's a little closer to 830, right? This is obviously the loudest of the horizontal moments, and it's lower than that 7 number I just gave, but I think that's a decent candle right there. I think I'd put it right there. If this can get over 809, there might not be a lot stopping it to going from anywhere from 11 to 13, give or take somewhere in this horizontal, right? If this doji does not confirm and it fails one more time, I'm expecting it to come to about 418, 415, 420, something like that. Hopefully volume can get a little closer to that candle, which is around 60 million. Truth be told, it really wants to get a little closer to 100, 115 million. And even that is still significantly lower than any of those, right? So keep an eye on volume, but really I think that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this thing to start heading up towards 8 or falling pretty quickly towards 4. I don't see much of an in between on that. All right. One more time, if you know the Trump connection, let me know in the comments. That'd be appreciated. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, I appreciate you so much.